Alright guys, so I'm going to explain 7A, 7B and 7C in this unit. It's a grammar bank from pre-intermediate level. So let's get started. So I'm using the book English File and this is for my students to understand grammar better. So 7A is about uses of infinitive, how to use infinitive with to. And 7B is gerunds, how to use gerunds. Gerund, which is a verb plus ing. And then we have got 7C. There's, as you can see, how to use have to, don't have to, must, and mustn't. Okay, so that's on page 138. That's at the end of the book. So now we're going to start with 7A, guys. So the first infinitive with to. What is infinitive? Infinitive, that is the first form of a verb. Usually you find this form when you want to search for the meaning of any word in English. So that's the, not any word, the verb form, yes? The verb, when you want to know the meaning of a verb in dictionary, they put them in the first form. Okay, this is infinitive, we call it. For example, go, I'm going to write for you now here. Go, went, gone, going. So they are different forms of verb go. Here, go is the infinitive form. Went, that is the second form, or we say past simple form. Gone, this is the third form of the verb, or we say past participle. And going, this is gerund form of a verb. So we got here 4 main forms of a verb. So today in 7A, we're going to talk about go first. Yeah, in the first beginning of this video, we're talking about the infinitive form, how to use infinitive with to. It's not only about infinitive, it's about how to use infinitive with to. In other words, to plus infinitive. So I can write it for you here. To plus infinitive. In which cases we can use to plus infinitive, in other words. So as you can see, we got 4 ways of using to plus infinitive. The first one, this is the example, and this is the rules or explanation part. As you can see, number 1, we use the infinitive with to. So let's highlight this. Infinitive with to. It means to plus infinitive. Again, I'm going to write it for you. To plus infinitive. So the first way of using to plus infinitive with after some verbs. Okay, when you go to the page 158 of this book, you see you're going to see some verbs, and after those verbs, if you want to use another verb, the second verb has to take all the time infinitive form. The first verb you can use at any tense form, present simple, present perfect, past simple, present continuous, it doesn't matter. But the second verb, it must be used in the first form, which is to plus infinitive, right? Okay, so here we got some examples here. Want, like I want to go, I want to eat, I want to sleep. Need, I need to buy, I need to study, I need to watch. I would like to go, I would like to play, I would like to watch, and etc. If you would like to see more verbs, we're going to go to page 158 now, which I'm going to show you, which is here. You see, we've got 14 verbs. Decide, forget, hope, learn, need, offer, plan, pretend, promise, remember, start, try, want, would like. After these verbs, if I'm going to use another verb, the second verb should come in to plus infinitive. Okay, so we're not going to do this exercise here because this is the vocabulary part actually. So we're gonna do it in vocabulary session, guys. Yeah. But what I want to see here is what I want to show you here is these 14 verbs. After these verbs, we're going to use 2 plus infinitive, and that fits the rule number 1. Example: you need to be on time. You need to be on time. Try not to talk too much. See, need is from that list of verbs. I can show you again here. Need is here. Number 5, need, you see, need. So that's why we are using to be. You need to be. Or try. Try is in the list here. Try. Number 12, you see, try. So after try, we must use 2 plus infinitive. When it's negative, not 2 plus infinitive. Like to talk, not to talk. To be, not to be, and so on. Okay? Now, second rule, it says here, we use 2 plus infinitive after adjectives. Okay, like what are the adjectives? Sorry, happy, sad, rich, difficult, easy. These are the adjectives. After these adjectives, if I want to use verb, that verb should come in 2 plus infinitive. Example, please. Here you go. We got the example here. It will be nice. So let's make the adjective a green color. Nice, you see, after adjectives. Nice, it will be nice to meet new people. It's important, adjective, not to be late. I'm happy to see you. I'm glad to meet you. I'm sorry to hear that. This sorry is adjective, guys. Right? Number 3, after question words. After question words, example, what, where, when. These words, let's make a different color. We're going to select yellow color for that. What, where, when, they are question words. And after these question words, sometimes we're going to use verb. So when I want to use verb after these question words, that verb must come in 2 plus infinitive form. Example, please. Yes, number 3 here. I don't know where to go or what to do. I don't know when to buy, or I don't know when to call her or him, and so on, guys. Or I don't know how to solve this exercise. I don't know how to solve this problem. How to solve. Okay. Right. Number 4, we use 2 plus infinitive. 2 plus infinitive for purposes. To say why you do something or why you did something. Example, I came to this school. Why you came to this school? Well, I came to this school to learn. See, guys? I came to this school to learn. Why you do something? To learn. More example, here number 4. Why did you wear a suit? Well, I wore a suit to make a good impression. Or I wore a suit, yeah, to make a good impression. Here you go. Okay, guys. So positive form of 2 plus infinitive is to be, to go, to eat, to sleep. And negative form is not to be, right? Not to be, not to go, not to eat. This is the negative form, guys. Right. Now, the last thing to know here, infinitive, it can come without to as well. Without to. In which cases? Here it says, we use infinitive without to with auxiliary verbs. Okay, that's important. Auxiliary verbs. After auxiliary verbs, if I want to use another verb, normal verb, that the second verb, normal verb, should come without to, just infinitive form. Or modal verbs as well. Modal verbs. Modal verbs, as you can see, can, could, will, would, may, might, should. They are modal verbs. After them, we're going to use infinitive only, without to. Or auxiliary verbs like do, does, didn't, we use infinitive. As you can see here, there you go. Look, do is auxiliary, so we're going to use live. Do you living is wrong. Do you living? A lot of students, they make mistake. I mean, some students. Do you living? No. When I say do, or does, or did, or don't, or doesn't, or didn't, I must use infinitive verb, right? Like, she doesn't live here. I didn't buy. Don't say I didn't bought. It's a big problem, right? I bought, yeah, past simple. I bought something, right? Positive form. But when I want to make negative, I didn't buy. Did you see? Not did you saw. Did you saw is wrong. Did you see? That's the correct one. Can you help me? Like, I should go. A lot of students say I should to go. I should to go is wrong, guys, because should is modal verb, and after modal verb, don't forget that, yeah? After modal verbs, we must use infinitive only. I should go. I might go. He may come. Or the question, should you go? Should you to go? No good. Should you to go? Or should you going? That's crazy. Why? Again, the same rule. Because should is modal verb, and after modal verbs, we must use infinitive only. Can you help me? See, can you help me? I won't. Obviously, the negative modal verb. I won't. No, forget. Infinitive. What would you do? Why I'm using do as infinitive is because of would. What would you do? Because would is modal verb. Right? So that's it. Now we're going to move to the exercise size of 7a, to do some practice, guys. Yeah? Here you go. That's 7a. A part, we got two parts here, right? A part, and then we got B part. A part is asking us to match the sentence halves. Halves is a plural form of half. As you can see, one sentence they divide into half. Now we're going to match them together. Okay? So why they call it halves? Because when a noun ends with F, when the noun ends with F or FE, like half, or like knife, for example, right? Knife or wife. You see? Oh, we got one more here, shelf, for example. See? So when a noun ends with F or FE, and you want to make plural from that, obviously we need to add S to make plural, but F we change to V letter. How is it going to happen? So wife becomes wives. You see? I'm changing F to V. Knife becomes what? Knives, exactly. Yes. Half becomes what? Halves. You see? So that's why halves. So if you're thinking like, why halves? What does it mean? It's actually half, plural form. Shelf becomes shelves, obviously, yeah? Right. That's it. Now we're gonna try matching them. You need to be ready, B, to show your ID at the gate. So here we need to think about the meaning, logical meaning, if they match or not. So I know you're tired, but try. So we got here A, B, C, D. Try. Yes, F is good. Try to stay awake for the party. So we're going to put here F. See, I know you're tired, but try to stay awake for the party. After try to stay awake. You see? I mean, it relates to the exercise that the rules that we just learned. Try. After try, we must use to stay, to plus infinitive. Right. In my job, it's important. It's important to dress smartly. D. So we're going to put here D. Logical meaning. D. I don't know where to park. E. I don't know where to park. And then we were late, so Simon offered, so we got A, to give us a lift to the station. Makes sense, right? And then the last one, when you give a presentation, it is normal to feel nervous. See, that's it. As you can see, we're using to give, to show, to feel, to dress, to park, to stay. To plus infinitive. To plus infinitive. Why? For example, here, you need to be ready. Ready is adjective. After adjective, I must use to plus infinitive. Number one, try. After try is one of the 14 verbs which I showed you here. Try. After try, we're going to use infinitive plus to plus infinitive. And then important is adjective. After adjective, I must use to plus infinitive. Where? This is the rule number 3, I believe, was it? Rule number 3. After question words, we must use to plus infinitive. And then we got offer. Offer is a verb, after which we must use to plus infinitive. Where is that verb? Here, number 6, offer. Right? It is normal. Normal is adjective, guys. Normal is adjective. After adjective, we use to plus infinitive. That's it. So we're moving to B part. Complete the sentence with a positive or negative infinitive. Positive infinitive, negative infinitive. For example, not be. So this is the negative. Not make, negative. And to is positive, obviously. So I'm planning. After plan, as you can see here, plan is number 7. Plan is one of these 14 verbs, after which we must use to plus infinitive. So after plan, we use to plus infinitive. So I'm planning to have. The have is gone. Have is gone. Number 1, A is asking, hi, I'm Donna. Hi, I'm Donna. And B saying, I'm Rini. Nice. Nice is adjective. So it will be nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So we're going to write it down here. Nice to meet you. That's it. Number 2, what do you want tonight? Stay in or go out? So what do you want to do? Right? Let's make what do you want to do tonight? So do is gone. Number 2 is yeah, we done that. Number 3, let's meet outside the cinema. I promise. Promise. So you got promise here. Number 9, we must use to plus infinitive. So I promise not to be late. I promise not to be late. You see, guys? 4, try annoys your father's sleep. Your father's asleep. So your father is sleeping. So we should not make noise, right? So try not to make noise. Try not to make a noise. So that's gone. Right? I'd really like a new language. I'd really like a new. So language is about learning, and we got this learn here. So it means I would like. I would like. It's here. Would like, number 14. Would like. But here we're using the contracted form. I'd. So I'd really like to learn a new language. Yep, that's done. And now 6, be careful too fast. The roads are icy. The roads are icy. It's about driving. Obviously, negative infinitive we must use. So be careful not to drive. Be careful not to drive too fast. Okay, guys. 7, my brother has decided a new job. Has decide. Decide is one of these 14 verbs here, which is number 1, decide. So after that, we must use to plus infinitive. So my brother has decided to look for a new job. To look for a new job. Yeah. So that's also done. We got pay left, obviously. The museum is free, so you don't need. Need is one of these 14 verbs here. Need is number 5. So you don't need to pay to go in. You don't need to pay to go in. Yeah. So that's it. All done. Perfect. Now we're going to move to 7b. to do the ruling first. So that's the exercise. Let's go to the other page. Here you go. This is 7b, guys. Yeah. Now, how to use gerund. So when you say gerund, it's verb ing. So infinitive plus ing, like go, become going, eating, playing, watching, sleeping. This is gerund. Okay. Be careful not to mix it with present continuous. Present continuous is different. But inside present continuous, there is gerund. What does it mean? So present continuous, to make present continuous, we need to have am or is or are. One of them, yeah. Am is are. And then gerund. Together, there's two parts, right? Together, it makes present continuous, guys. Okay? So gerund is one part of present continuous. So we can use gerund in many different ways. Okay, so three ways here, usually three ways of just how to use the gerund. The first, the gerund is the base form of verb ing. I've explained that. It can be positive, going, or it can be negative, not going, like eating, not eating, playing, not playing, sleeping, not sleeping, and so on. The first way of using gerund is noun. We can use it as a noun. Like it can be a subject or it can be object of a sentence. What does it mean? I need example, right? So here you go. We got the example here. See, eating outside in summer makes me feel good. What makes me feel good? Makes is verb. Where is the subject of this verb? What makes me feel good? Eating makes me feel good. So here, eating is gerund, and it is doing the function of noun. And because it's noun, it's coming as subject. So we can use gerund as subject. Or we can also use as object or complement. Like happiness is what? Happiness is what? Like noun. Noun, what is noun? Noun is a word that answers the question of what and who. What and who. So here, happiness is what? Happiness is getting up. So here, getting up is object because it's coming after verb be. We can also say complement, actually. The correct way is complement. And not going, negative, not going to work. For the object, I can give you another example. I like. You see, I like. I like what? Now, here is the object. After the main verb, I'm using noun. That is object, we call it. So, I like reading. You see? Or I like swimming. I like fishing. I like walking. Here, all of them, they're coming as object. So, subject and object, they are nouns, obviously. Right. Number two, the second way of using gerund is after some verbs. Okay, so this is something that we must memorize, or we need to accept this. There is no why. This is how it is. I mean, native speakers, English Americans, they use after these verbs ing. So we need to accept it. We need to memorize that. Where are they? Those kind of verbs. We got some examples here, like I like eating, I like playing, I like watching, I love, same, I love eating, I love cooking, I love running. I hate waking up in the morning. I hate meeting. I hate playing, so on. Enjoy as well, etc., etc., and so on. What about where are they? So on. Obviously, that's on page 158 of this book, English File, pre-intermediate. So we're going to go there. As you can see, the second part of this page, 158. You see, 158. We got 11 verbs. 11 verbs, after which we must use gerund in case we want to use another verb. The second verb. I'm not saying we must use a verb after them, after these 11 verbs. We must use a verb all the time. No, I'm not saying that. In case we want to use, in case we want to use the second verb after them, then we must use gerund, right? So like enjoy. finish, go on, hate, like, love, mind, spend, start, stop, feel like. After them, we must use gerund. Here we got asterisk here, number 9, as you can see. Why there's asterisk? Because they start this verb. I can use with gerund or infinitive with to. No problem. Same meaning. Like it started raining, which is gerund, raining, or it started to rain. You see, it started to rain. Right. So they are the 11 verbs. So we're going to go back to the rule page. Yeah, that's it. This is the second example for that. I love, you see, love, having breakfast. Right? Let's make this another color. Yeah. Second rule, I love having. I love having breakfast in bed. Or I hate, negative form, not getting up. I hate not getting up. Gerund. Okay, the third form, this very important rule, we must use gerund in case we want to use verb after prepositions. Right? After prepositions. Yeah, prepositions. After prepositions, in case we want to use verb, that verb must come in gerund form. What are prepositions? On, in, from, under, and before, after also can be preposition, guys. Yeah. So, example, I'm thinking of. The of or gem left without. With, without, they are preposition, guys. So of, without. Now after them, I'm going to use verb. So that verb must come in gerund form, guys. ing. Yeah, that's it. So we've got 3 rules. We can use them as noun, subject, and object. And some verbs after them we must use gerund form, which we must memorize. And then we got after prepositions. After prepositions, in case. I'm not saying always you must use. I'm not saying that. In case after prepositions you want to use verb, that verb you must use in gerund form, guys. Right. So we will do exercise 7b. A, part A. Complete the sentences with a verb from this list. We have got the list here, as you can see. List in the ing form. In the ing form. I really enjoy. As you can see, enjoy is one of the 11 verbs here, which is first word, first verb, enjoy. So that's why they're using doing. I really enjoy doing exercise. It makes me feel great. Number 2, one thing that always makes me happy is, this is rule number 1, as noun. We're using as noun. So is in the sea. So that will be swimming. Swimming is swimming in the sea. We are using gerund as noun. Right. Number 2, you can't learn to play a musical instrument well without. This is rule number 3. Without is preposition. So after preposition we use gerund. So without practicing, right? Without practicing properly. Without practicing properly. So practice is gone. Number 3, my mother's very bad at rule number 3, which is preposition, at names. So that will be remember, at remembering, remembering names, right? Number 4, teenagers is very hard work. Teenagers is very hard work. So this is the, as you can see, this is coming as subject, rule number 1, as subject here. You see, as a noun, subject. So teaching, yeah, teaching will be the answer. Teaching teenagers. Teaching teenagers is very hard work. Yes, teaching is gone. Number 5, my sister spends hours. This is rule number 2, guys. Rule number 2 after some verbs. Spend, as you can see, spend. Number 8, verb number 8. After them, we must use gerund. So my sister spends hours. Her friends. So that will be messaging. Messaging. We're going to remove that. Messaging, yes. Messaging her friends. Number 6, I hate the answer when somebody asks me a question. So I hate not knowing. I hate not knowing the answer. After hate, we're going to use ing, which is number 4, verb number 4, guys. Number 7, by train is usually cheaper than by plane. So traveling, coming as subject, traveling by train is usually cheaper than by plane. And the last one is 8. My brother wants to go on. Go on. On is preposition. Also, we got go on is number 3. As you can see, after that, we must use gerund. So go on, French, that would be studying. Right, so as you can see, number 8, my brother wants to go on studying. Go on is a preposition, prepositional phrase, right? There is on here, preposition. Also, we have got in the list, number 3. Because of that, we are using ing for that. So A part is done. Now we're moving to part B. Part B is asking us to put the verbs in ing, in the ing form or infinitive. So that's very good exercise because now it's the mixture of 7a and 7b rules. Now we need to use, we need to be a little bit more focusing on this. So we need to focus a bit here because this exercise is asking us 2 topics, right? The first one, I like listening to the radio in the mornings, which is after like, we must use ing. Number 1, it's a subject. So that we've got do is the verb, and that's coming at the beginning of the sentence. And we've got is the verb, so we must have subject. And subject, as we know from the 7b rule, we must use ing, which is gerund. So it's going to be doing, guys. Doing plates. Great, so that's done. Number 2, we offered for the meal. We offer. This is from 7a rules. Offer is verb, which requires 2 plus infinitive. As you can see, number 6. So that's why we're going to use we offered to pay. Yes. Number 3, we won't take the car. It's so expensive. Expensive is adjective. After adjective, we must use 2 plus infinitive. So it's so expensive to park. I'm not very good at. At is preposition. After preposition, we must use what? We must use, yes, gerund, which is giving. I'm not very good at giving. I'm using the verbs in brackets, guys. You can borrow the car if you remember. Remember is from 7a rules, yeah, verbs. Remember, number 10. And after that, we must use 2 plus infinitive. So you can borrow the car if you remember to get some petrol. To get. 6, has it stopped? Has it stopped? Stopped comes with ing. Number 10. So has it stopped raining? We can also use, by the way, stop with 2 plus infinitive, but it will be in different meaning. We're going to learn this in level 4, guys. So stop, we're going to use with ing, which is gerund. So has it stopped raining yet? Raining yet. And number 7, I don't mind, but I don't like. I don't mind from gerund listing here, which is 7 after 7. So that means we must use ing, which is gerund. I don't mind cooking, first verb. I don't mind cooking, but I don't like. After like, we must use, again, gerund. I don't like doing the washing up. Right? Number 8, I hate. Hate, after hate, like, love, hate, we must use gerund, which is verb plus ing. I hate getting up in the dark during the winter. That's it. So in this way, now we've finished 7b as well. Now we're going to move to 7c, because in this video we're trying to finish Unit 7, all the grammars relating to Unit 7, right? So here are the examples for 7C. But before doing the 7C, we're going to move to the ruling part, which is here, to understand the rules first, and then we're going to move on, guys. Here you go, 7C. Have to, don't have to, must, and mustn't. So they are very similar to each other, guys. In speaking, must and have to. Must and have to we can use almost in the same meaning in speaking, but their negative forms are totally different from each other. This is the first thing that we should try to understand or accept. Again, so the positive forms of this must and have to, we can use in speaking almost in the same meaning, which is like something is necessary, something is obligatory, right? But the negative form of them, they're totally different from each other. Like, you don't have to do it. It means there is no need for that. If you want to do it, but there's no need for that. But if I say you mustn't do it, it means you are not allowed. It is not allowed. Or don't do that. Don't do that. Like, you mustn't step on the grass. You mustn't step on the, don't step on the grass. It's not allowed. You don't have to step on the grass. It means if you want, you can do it, but there's no need for that. Or you don't have to pay. So they're totally different from each other. But I have to go to school. I must go to school. That means here the meaning is same. Or I must buy a shirt. I have to buy a shirt. Speaking, almost same meaning. But in higher level of English, when we explain, like, level 5, level 6, or in the, academically, right? If you want to explain in writing, especially, it's important. There is a slight difference between them. What is that difference? Have to is external necessity, and must is internal necessity or personal necessity. External necessity and personal or internal necessity. What does it mean? For example, if my shirt or clothing is old and I say I must buy a new shirt, that means it's my personal believing. Personally, it is necessary. There's a necessity, personal feeling. So I must do that. I don't need to say like I have to buy. I have to buy. But if we want to talk about rules, for example, right, general rules or external rules or laws, something that it's obligatory, we must use have to. Like, you have to be at school at 9 o'clock or at 8 o'clock. You have to be in the office at 9 o'clock. Or you have to go to office 5 times a week. Because this is rule, this is agreement, employment agreement, or the law. For example, every man in this country have to serve the army. Have to. It's a law of a country. You see, that's obligatory. It's not something to do with your personal necessity. No, something is obligatory by law or by rule or regulations. That's why for them we use have to, guys. But saying that, we can use them interchangeably in speaking. Okay, so these are the important ones. So the first point, we use have to and verb. After have to, we must use infinitive, obviously, to talk about rules, you see, and obligations. Example, I have to speak English at work. You see, at work, I have to speak English. That's the agreement that I agreed on. I signed the employment contract. That means I obey the rules, so I have to. Or she has to get up at 7 every day. Maybe there's school or there's work. She has to get up. You see? We use don't have to, the negative form, to say that there is no obligation, there is no need, something is not necessary. See, like, now we don't have to wear a uniform at this school. You wear it, that's fine. You don't wear it, that's also fine. There is no obligation. We don't have to wear. He, she, it doesn't. He doesn't have to work on Saturdays. It is optional. If you want to go and work, that's fine, but there is no obligation for that. Okay, Now, if I want to make question for have to, I use do or does. Like, do I have to buy a grammar book? Do I have to buy? Or what time does she have to get up in the morning? So for questions, we use do and does. Negative, don't, doesn't. And positive is positive, guys. Right? We don't contract have or has. When we talk about have to or has to, we don't contract. We don't use the contraction form. Like, I've to go. No, it has to be I have to go. Because have to and has to, as we should take it as one unit. That's why we can't contract it, guys. Right, what about must and mustn't? Must or mustn't? So we use must, and then after that we use infinitive, because must is modal verb, to talk about rules and obligations. Again, they're talking about this. Obviously, in the higher level, intermediate level, upper intermediate, we explained it as personal necessity, which is fine. So you must do your homework tonight. You see, you must. She must tidy her room before she goes out. Negative, mustn't. Mustn't. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. Something is prohibited. Prohibited means you can't do it, not allowed. There's no permission for that. So you mustn't leave your bags here. Mustn't, it means must not. I mustn't forget to call her tonight. And if I want to use question, I must use must and must, like before the subject. Like, I must go, must I go? He must go, must he go? And so on. So like, must I go to bed now? When must we decide about the party? So usually this is not common. We don't use it in question form a lot, but it's better to know. Right, so here the ones that I've explained, they're just giving us separately here, extra information. Must and have to, must and have to are very similar, but there is a small difference. As I said, we normally use have to for general obligation. I said external obligation or necessity. This general obligation, like a rule at work, school, or law of a country, right? So a general obligation. Example here, we have to start work at 7. So the must, as you can see, personal obligation. Personal obligation. It's something that comes from internal necessity. One that speaker imposes, like a parent to a child, the father or mother telling to a child, you must go to bed now. It's not a law of a country, right? You must. It's so that the parent believes that it is necessary now. You must go to bed now. But often we can use either must or have to. We can interchange. And instead of must, I can use have to, or instead of have to, I can use must. That's fine in speaking, guys. But mustn't and don't have to, they are totally different. As I said, they're completely different meanings. Comparison: you mustn't go, it means it's prohibited, it is not allowed, like don't do it, don't go. You don't have to go, well, this is something optional. You don't have to go. You see, you mustn't go, you don't have to go. It is not obligatory, or it's not necessary. Now the last one, impersonal you, we often use have to and must with impersonal you. Impersonal means when we want to talk to general public, not specific person, the general public, we use impersonal you. Like, you have to wear a seatbelt in a car. That's for everyone. It's a rule, not for you or for me specifically, for any person. So that's why we call them impersonal you. Or you mustn't take photos in the museum, right? So I think it's clear, the rule part or explanation part. Now we're going to move to exercise part, to do some exercise to practice, so that we can understand better. 2 parts again, A part and B part. So we're going to start tackling the A part. First, condition here. Complete the sentences with the correct form of have to. Correct form of have to. So that's like quite easy exercise because this has nothing to do with the must, because the exercise is asking us only have to. So we can use have to, has to, don't have to, doesn't have to. If I want to make a question, do you have to, or does he have? Does he have to? Does she have to? The question, negative, positive form, that kind of stuff, right? So I don't have to go to school on Saturdays. This is the example. Number one, Janice studied very hard. She has exams soon. Now, logically thinking, if someone has got exams soon, so that person has to study very hard. So Janice has to, because Janice is she, girl, or he, or it. She, he, it, three. We must use has to. I have to. We have to. You have to. They have to. Right? But if it's he, she, it, we must use has to, guys. So Janice has to study very hard. Number two, you buy a ticket before you get on the bus. It costs $4 and the machine is over there. So that is a positive form because someone is showing the machine. So that means I have to buy the ticket. So you have to buy a ticket before you get on the bus. Three, question form. As you can see, the question mark. So that's a question form, guys. Now your sister is she, singular, she. Okay, now question form for have to, as we have explained earlier, we can use do or does. Do or does here, does or do. So we're going to do the same ruling. For your sister, we're going to use does. Does your sister? After does, we must use infinitive. So have to. Don't say has to. Why? Because has to is not infinitive. After do, does, did, we must use infinitive. We discussed that earlier. So, does your sister have to go to London for her job interview? Number four, Mike wear a really ugly uniform at his new school. He hates it. It's a school uniform. It's a rule by the school. So Mike has to, because Mike is he, or he has to. Mike has to wear a really ugly uniform at his new school. He hates it. 5. Get up early tomorrow. Our flight leaves at 6:30 or 6:30 in the morning. So we have to get up, obviously, early. We have to. We have to get up early tomorrow. Right? Number 6. Harry worked today. He has a day off. Okay. If there's a day off, there is no need to go to work. So negative form. Harry doesn't have to. Harry doesn't have to work today. Can you wait a moment? I have to make a phone call. Number 7. Number 8 has a question mark. Question mark. We. So do. Do we have to? Do we have to go to bed? It's only 10 o'clock. That's it. So number B, so the B part, circle the correct form, tick if both are possible. If we think that both options are okay, we're going to tick it, guys. So let's do it. We don't have to go to school next week. It's a holiday. We mustn't means don't go. But here, no, you can, if you want, you can go. So it's optional. So we don't have to. Right? So we're going to remove this, cross out. We don't need that. Number 1, you don't have to or you mustn't cross the road when the traffic lights are red. I want to cross. Traffic light for me is red. So red, it means don't cross, because because there's a cars passing, I might die if I pass. So it is no good. I'm not allowed. So you mustn't cross. Okay. We're going to remove that. Number 2, what do I have to or what must I do when I finish this exercise. Both okay here. We can use both, really. The concept is free. So let me just highlight this two options. Some students might not still get it. So do I have to or must I do? No, do is separate. Do I have to and must I? Must I do? What must I do when I finish this exercise? What do I have to do when I finish this exercise? Both correct, guys, here. 3, the concept is free. The concept is free, so you don't have to pay for that. So we're going to make only one side of it. You don't have to is correct. You mustn't, no. You mustn't pay, it means you are not allowed to pay. If someone gives me money, I will take it, obviously. Number 4, we are late for the meeting. We are late for the meeting. We have to go now. We must go now. So both correct here, guys. I'm going to take that. 5, you don't have to. You mustn't leave the door open. They're totally different. Don't have to and mustn't, they're totally different. So one must be correct. The dog will get out. So I don't want the dog to get out. So you mustn't leave the door open. Don't do that. You mustn't leave. Okay? Right. 6, I have to or I must pay Jane back the money she lent me. That's correct, both of them. I have to pay back or I must pay back. Both works. 7, in Britain, you have to or you must drive on the left. It's a rule, guys. In Britain, on the left side, it's a rule. So if it's a rule, then you have to. You have to. Can I say you must? That's also fine. That's also fine. But have to is much better, obviously, because we're talking about the rules, guys. Yeah. We can take it actually. Yes. 8, you don't have to. You mustn't be tall to be good at football. No, I mean, Messi is not that tall person, for example, right? So to be a good football player, you don't have to be tall. You don't have to be tall. You mustn't, no good. Because you mustn't, it means you're not allowed. Like if you're short, you cannot be. Because so many football players, they're not that tall, but they play well. Yes, guys, so that's it. As you can see, we've finished Unit 7 with the explanation part and the exercise part as well. So I think that's going to be beneficial to you. If you got any questions, please leave your comment, and then I'll try my best to check them and answer them, guys. So that's it. Thanks for your time and have a good one. Bye-bye. Take care.